Okay, so fucking, you want to know what Athens does to me? What a secondary adrenal insufficiency, how it affects me? Well, I'm going to tell you. Sometimes I will have physical pain that is unbearable. It feels like it's in my bones. And I'll lay on my hip and the pain will wake me up, so I have to lay on the other hip on the other side when I'm sleeping, and that'll wake me up. And it settles in my neck when it gets bad, and my entire spine, but it really affects my cervical spine quite a bit. And then there'll be knee pain too on occasion, pain in my ankles. I'll have spasms in my feet that make my second toe rise up. It bends backwards by itself. I get these cramps in my feet. It fucking hurts. And then sometimes I get dizzy, sometimes just a little, and sometimes a lot. And one time I had a crisis. This is before I got my medication, and I had to call. I was fucking terrified because the entire room was spinning. Like, I don't know if you've ever been really drunk where the entire room was spinning, but that's what it feels like. And it's like being on a fucking carnival ride. And that was really scary when that would happen. That doesn't happen anymore since I got my medication, but I will get dizzy, not to that point, but on occasion I'll get dizzy, like sometimes a little, sometimes it's more severe. I vomit. I shake. I get really bad tremors. I will be in a situation, like say I go to the store, I'm at the counter, and all of a sudden I just get an intense feeling of anxiety. Basically, you don't make enough hormone, cortisol, to combat the fight or flight response. So going to the doctor, I will start to, when I'm sitting on the table and the doctor's examining me, I will start to shake. I mean, nobody likes going to the doctor. It's stressful for everyone, right? Especially when you're ill and you don't know, are they going to fucking tell you something else, something worse? So I'll shake then. And then there's confusion involved when I'm in a crisis. I get really confused. Before I got my medication, especially, I would sit there with a movie on and not know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't follow along with it. I could not understand what was happening in the movie. It gets that bad. It just becomes words and pictures. So there are times where I am bumping into the walls. There are times it also affects me where I get extreme weakness. And there were times where I would be kneeling down to tend to one of my animals or pet them or something, and I would need my husband or my daughter to pull me back upright again, because I could not get up on my own with my own strength. Trying to think what else. That's all I can think of off the top of my head there, and that's just the adrenal problems. That's not even getting into Hashimoto's does to a person, does to me in particular. So, yep, it's it's invisible. That's the problem, though, you know. I mean, besides the tremors that you see on occasion, that you really just, there's no indicator of the illness to anyone else, to, you know, the general public. When I go outside, it's just, you know, out into the world. So if you were to look at me, you would think that I'm healthy, but I'm not. I'm not healthy. And my spouse seems to think that you can recover from this, even though he knows that it's a chronic condition with no cure. Because again, they don't want to admit they're doing this to a sick person, because that'll make them look like pussies, right? Why you fucking picking on a sick fucking disabled lady for? Why wouldn't you help her? You know? But he wants everybody to think that I'm using him. It's unbelievable.